Club, and he's officially, not gonna lie, Ed Sheeran, welcome to the show.
How you doing?
I'm so excited to have you. We were talking about your music before the show, and I feel so strongly that your music specifically reaches all the way through every age group, because we were talking to my mom about it the other day. I absolutely love it. And my girls just this morning were dancing to Sapphire.
Oh, amazing. Thank you.
Now, not going to lie, Ed, you are actually the first male guest on the show apart from my husband.
I actually didn't know that. I feel honored. Thank you.
I will say, I do think that if we were going to have another male guest on the show, that it's perfect that we made sure that it was a girl dad. And like you said yourself, you have 2 daughters. How old are they?
4 and 3.
And how does it feel to have 2 girls? Like you said, you are outnumbered in your house. A lot of estrogen.
I love it. Like, I really, really, really love it. I didn't really have any expectation of. I think when you are having children, you're just like, I just would like children, and I didn't have any. I wasn't like, I want this, I want that. But when we first had our first daughter, it was like, I don't know, just something clicked, and I was like, I think I could have many, many, many daughters and be so fulfilled and happy. And I love having 2. I love seeing them interact with each other and with Ches, and yeah, they're just great. They're just great. And also, like, my best mate has had 2 boys, and they live opposite us, and there is a stark difference between our 2 households.
Isn't there?
And they're exactly the same age, and we kind of like, we have all the same ethos, and we hang out all the time, but the energy is different.
It's funny when I compare notes with boy parents. And I always jokingly say, because people always come up to me and they're like, oh, I actually only have 2 boys, or I have 3 boys. And I'm like, we don't have that recipe. I've got nothing for you. And they'll be like, yeah, it's WWE in our household every day. And I'm like, every so often we get a little tussle here and there. Or the girls get like into like a wrestling fit, but it's few and far between. Like,
it's gentle play as well. Like my girls, like yesterday, they have like this stuffed bunny that they brush. It doesn't even really have hair, but they're just there brushing this stuffed bunny together at the hairdressers, and then I join the hairdressers, and then suddenly I've got a million clips in my hair. And my mate has had a son. He's like 18 months, and he came round, and I cooked dinner for him and the girls, and I sort of turned around to start like doing the dishes, and then I turned back round and the house was destroyed by this one kid. It was amazing. Now,
are your girls into anything in particular? Our girls are very into things like Frozen and this very stereotypical princess phase of life right now.
Totally. Although we went through Paris a while ago, and we were like, let's take him to Disneyland Paris just because we're there, and they didn't really fuck with it. It was kind of interesting to see. Yeah, it was kind of interesting to see. I thought that they'd be like, but yeah, it was a cool realization, because I love Disney and I love Disney movies, but like I'm more into the music side of it. I love when they sing Moana tunes, like they're learning melodies and lyrics and rhymes through listening to Disney songs, because Disney music is top tier music in general. Like, it is just really, really well written music. So yeah, but the actual, like, I don't think they have signed into like the obsessiveness of it, which I quite like. They just really like the music, and I guess they'll watch the movies on. We take a lot of trains. My wife doesn't really fly, so we take a lot of trains, and they will watch, Toy Story 1 on a train and really dig that. But then that has amazing Randy Newman music in it as well.
You should ride that train as long as you possibly can, because we got in a rotation of watching Frozen. I shit you not. I think we watched it maybe every day for a whole week, and I had to put my foot down of like, hey guys, I'm not doing this again.
Do you get a lot of like parent police after this podcast when if you talk about parenting? And
I will say, I think that we have settled into our demographic of people who understand that. I always say, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm winging it. And so because we're in this like imperfect place in parenting, I'm not going to do it the way you're going to do it. You're not going to do it the way I'm going to do it. And ultimately, that's how we end up with like these beautiful, unique little creatures. I was just saying, we just did fundraising events in the shore town that we live in the last couple of days. And on an episode recently, I discussed potty training and specifically when you're supposed to stop wiping your kid's ass. And I had people walking up to me being like, you should have them stop wiping their ass as soon as possible. And I'm like, oh, I didn't want to have this conversation in person, actually.
Quite a wild first conversation to have with someone.
And when I tell you I don't even know that one of the people even said hello. They just jumped right into it. And I was like,
oh, God.
Got it. Okay. Yes.
How are you finding like that sort of transition where everyone obviously knows you so well because they listen to you and they know your personality, but you would have people come out to you not saying hello and just coming with wild shit like that? Is that like an odd transition?
Odd is the gentlest way to put it.
Do you still live in the same place that you've lived in all this time?
Yes.
Yeah.
We
same community, same friends, same everything sort of thing.
Yes. So I grew up in the Philadelphia area, and luckily my husband had already fallen in love with Philadelphia before we met because he was playing here for, I think it was like 4 years before we had even met. So I literally grew up in the town that we live in now. And
Great.
And then moved to a neighboring town, and we love it. We've obviously put a few other measures in place, but we still live in the same house that we lived in when we got married. And I'm very much jokingly, like, I don't know if you've seen the Homer Simpson gif where it's like...
In an emotional moment on a recent podcast, Kylie Kelce struggled to hold back her feelings as Ed Sheeran opened up about his decade-long friendship with Taylor Swift. What started as a light conversation about music and touring quickly turned into a heartfelt story about loyalty, friendship, and growing up in the spotlight together. Ed shared that he and Taylor have known each other since the very beginning of their international careers. Long before the sold-out stadiums and global fame, they were simply two young artists chasing their dreams. "We grew up together," Ed said softly. "Not just in music, but in how we see life. Taylor is one of the most genuine friends I've ever had." As those words filled the room, Kylie's expression changed. She placed a hand over her chest, clearly touched by what she was hearing. As someone who has seen Taylor gradually become part of the Kelce family, Kylie understood the deeper meaning behind those memories. Ed continued, remembering the unforgettable days of the Red Tour when he opened for Taylor. He described late-night songwriting sessions, long bus rides, and quiet conversations about family, homesickness, and dreams bigger than the stage. "We weren't just performers on the same tour," he said. "We were friends, almost like family." Hearing that, Kylie looked away for a moment, her eyes glistening. When asked how she felt about Ed's words, she smiled gently, her voice slightly trembling. "It's rare to see a friendship like that in this industry," Kylie said. "Hearing Ed talk about Taylor makes me proud, and grateful that she has friends like him." She explained that when someone becomes part of your family, it's not only about the love they give, but also the love they receive from others. "That tells you everything about who they really are," she added. Ed then shared a beautiful memory that perfectly captured their bond. After performing a massive duet in front of tens of thousands of screaming fans, the two would go backstage, and suddenly the superstar moment would disappear. They'd just sit together, eating pizza and laughing like teenagers. For Ed, that humility and loyalty are what he treasures most about Taylor. And for Kylie, hearing those stories confirmed something she had already begun to see herself. Taylor Swift isn't just a global superstar. She's someone who truly values the people in her life. And that realization made the moment on the podcast unforgettable.